read this creased letter, because I found this in the looting and I know that this exists. Jom, like a phoenix from the ashes, Grimforge has risen from the dead. I have a word of a drow cultist gathering Draugr in the old city's halls. That the Absolute means to recruit them, I've no doubt. Yet it's what they might seek amidst the ruins that most troubles me. You've not failed me yet. Go to Grimforge, cling to Shadow, and bring word of the cult's intention to last light. I'll be waiting. Jay. Well, that's good to know. And then we also have this engraved pin.
Odd emblem. Don't think I've seen it before.
Well, everyone else has. And apparently they're not sharing their information, which is fine. Well, now that I've canonized that, I can thoroughly loot this place in the main timeline and make sure everything, all of the threads of fate, are perfectly aligned. I'm glad to have solved this. Hopefully we can meet each other again on better distant shores in the main timeline. Welcome back to Thionite Streams, a Baldur's Gate 3. I looted the people, I fixed the problems you saw in the last episode or the intro to this episode. I don't know how future me is going to handle it. I fixed the issues, I delivered the head. I can roll that footage either right now or in the previous episode. If I rolled it before, you've already seen it. Hopefully, if you watch the videos, it doesn't matter. Go back. I delivered the head, I got a necklace. It's not that cool. It gives me a +2 to persuasion thing. Rock is here, it's fantastic. We're going to take a pickaxe to the blue rock eventually. I have a list of things to do. I have 3 things on the list to accomplish in this stream, so how it translates to episodes, way beyond my comprehension. There's Mushroom Husband. I gotta find Mushroom Husband. There is a corpse in a burning building that I want to talk to, potentially, maybe. I looked back at the videos while I was editing them, and I'm like, talk to dead. I'm a necromancer. So that's on the list. Mushroom Husband, dead guy in the burning house, and read the damn book. I have the Necromancy of Thay. I need to read the book. I will read the book. Hopefully, if we can accomplish these 3 things, this stream, episode, whatever, series thing will be a success. I'm going to lead. I'm going to start by getting that mithril ore because I am mentally prepared to beat the imps. We need to get Asterion into position because everyone else will be able to annihilate them with extreme amounts of power and vitriol. So, didn't they appear from the lava last time I was over here? I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm sneaking. Well, if this is the case, I'm going to get into an advantageous position over here, potentially. If I can flank them with Asterion, like get him behind, it will be better. So, Asterion, can you draw them out of hiding? Oh, okay, yeah, you can. And he's first. So, now we have to do... I'm surprised, so now we just need to survive this round of the Mephits attacking. And hopefully they want to get into melee range, so Charles can be like, yo, fire in the lasers. So hopefully these Mephits are like, yo, great. And then, because Asterion has like uncanny evasion or dodging or whatever, he should be able to survive this. Because they like miss their attacks, and that's fantastic. He wants to fly over there, perfect. Critical miss, that's perfect. Okay, Asterion, he survives. Provocative attack of opportunity, do I care? No, I do not. I want to get Asterion over here. 3 damage, I don't care about. More attacks, 6 more damage. Well, that's fine. Okay, Charles has a level 3 spell slot, which is good. I need to get Charles to sneak mode.
I don't need any attention.
And then, wait, oh, you guys need to be on your own, so stay there. Spellbook. I believe it's Spellbook? It's probably Spellbook. Right, I need to swap out the Acid Arrow for the Giant Kamehameha, because we're going to try out Lightning Bolt, because that would be a thing. Oh, I also found a new bow for Charles. One of the goblins, or not goblins, there was a dude at some place along the shore that I never looted that had a magic bow, and I'm like, that's a pretty cool bow for Charles. It has, this thing, Bow of the Banshee. Blood-curdling emission. On a hit, possibly inflict frightened. Gain a +1 d4 bonus to attack and damage against frightened creatures. So I can possibly frighten and get more damage against frightened creatures. So it's pretty cool. Very, very cool. Me too, EP, me go to sleep. Rakai, enjoy your nap. It will be a delicious and great one, I can imagine. Lightning Bolt. Time to Kamehameha these dudes. Can we get them all? We can get 4 of the 5. So I'm gonna Kamehameha these dudes. Boom, I killed 4 of them instantaneously. Oh, and even more come up from the woodworks to attack Charles. Fantastic. Asterion would technically be up next,
Defender
so
of the
let's
people.
go and do things with Will. Will. Okay, you can... Oh, you have no spell slots, which means that's fine. But we don't need spell slots when we have Eldritch Blast.
Calming things down.
Shadowheart, do not get caught. Don't find trouble. Your initiative? Oh, you're in combat. That's fine. Will, can you get up at the top of the stairs? We need to go and beat the Balrog. Okay, Will, can you hit... You have 99% chance to hit that dude. You can hit that dude, you can hit that dude, and you can hit this dude. Go for both of them, Will. 6 and 7. Okay, so those are weak. Those are fine. You have no power. Okay, Asterion, what do you want to do? Can you... You can't get over there unless you dashed. 85? Oh, can you just, Oh, your ranged attack does 14 to 19 minimum. So, what's this? This one is... That one is that one. So, honestly, just go for that one. Nice, he's dead. Cool, there's fire everywhere. Can he hide? He could go... No, he's fine. Asterion is fine. Mud Method, or Magma Method. Oh, it's Asterion's turn again. How did that happen? Well, I don't care about that in the slightest. That's actually fantastic. Because these guys don't get their turn. Can we go over to Will?
Battle favors the fearless.
Oh, we absolutely can. That's actually really good. Can you do 90% on him and 90% on him? 7 and critical miss. Well, we got 1 down, which is pretty cool. Unfortunately, he's in the lava. That might be difficult to loot, but that's fine.
Time for a cull.
Asterion. Asterion wants to ranged attack. That's 60%. It's 91. Can you hit that one? 84. You know what? Go for that one. I believe in your power, Asterion. Critical hit. That's another one down. Flawless.
Need to stay focused.
Shadowheart. Can you do Sacred Flame on the one that's only at 5? You can. Oh my god, Shadowheart's a beast.
Time to push my luck again.
Charles. Oh, glorious Charles. Can you just ranged attack? 75%. Oh, and you missed. Well, Charles, you tried your best. Where do you want to go? You want to get closer to Charles. That's fantastic. That's only 7 damage? How pathetic. How absolutely pathetic. Sneak attack that dude. Nice job. Perfect. Ow. Death burst. Oh, Charles, you need a potion. Can you take potions? Potion. Yeah, there's your healing. Cool, everyone, we survived, and now we can safely get that mithril ore. We can also, hopefully, loot those guys. So what do the magma methods have? Charles, where are you going? Just don't go in the lava. Oh my god, Charles, please. Okay, good. As long as you don't... Bloodstone and heart-shaped rock. It's an alchemical ingredient for the oil... No! Jesus, Asterion, get out of the stupid lava. What the hell is wrong with you? Oh my god. Stay out of the ding-dong lava, you morons. Leave the looting for Charles. What was it? Oil of combustion for those things? Magma method. Bloodstone and heart-shaped rock. Combine 3 of these to calcinate them into ashes. Oil of combustion. Upon death, the magma method's cardiac system floods with sulfur. Lovely. Cooling and hardening it into a vulcanized geode, a glitter with scarlet stone. Well, I'll take it all. Can you get this without killing yourself, Charles? Jesus, barely. That's fine. Just don't light yourself on fire. Everyone else, just stay. Asterion's in the 1 HP because he's a moron. Give me all this stuff. No addiction detected here. I have no idea what that is reference. I have no idea what you're talking about. I have a perfectly reasonable relationship with Baldur's Gate 3. This is a completely normal amount of time to spend playing this game. I love looting, though. I have an addiction to looting. Man, these guys got completely roasted. Well, I'm gonna take all of their hearts, and I'm going to take all of their gems, and I'm going to sell them never. Books. Can we read the books? What's in the row of books? Ooh, scroll. Scroll of blindness. I already know that one. Scroll of sleet storm. I already know that one. Darkness. I already know that. Wall of fire. Wait, wall of fire? What is this one? 5 to 40 damage. Creates a blazing wall of fire, burning anyone who dares stand too close. Oh, I want to learn these things so badly. I want to learn them so badly. Where are you going, Charles? That one's empty. Oh, llama. Llama, you gifted a sub? That's incredible. To Candle Boy. Well, oh my god, that's amazing. Thank you so much, llama. Welcome properly to the stream, Candle Boy. Oh, llama, you're the best. So generous. This man is so generous. Thank you so much, llama, for the sub. That's awesome. That is, God, you are so I will never get over how absolutely generous you are with all of your stuff. Like, my God, you're incredible. Ooh, Grimforge of History and Scroll of Stone Skin? This is awesome. What is this? I bet yeah, wizard level is too low for Stone Skin. Turn a creature's flesh as hard as stone. Heh, giggity. Takes only half damage of all non-magical bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. What about Grimforge of History? A layer of soot coats this tome's thick hide binding. The binding of this book is thicker than its combined pages, which are surprisingly devoid of details. We know little of the... Oh, I thought that said ores. We know little of the ones that came before, but we know they worship the Lady of Loss. We know they constructed the great fortress and named... The next few words are smeared and illegible. But from whence they came and why they departed, that is a mystery even to Ketheric Throm himself. What we do know is that Char's Chosen has heard her call. Just as Grimforge served our mistress 800 years nigh, so it would again. Here Throm's dark justiciars shall rise. Here we shall fulfill our goddess's pact. Here we will rebuild the lost city of Grimforge. So far will our shadows spread, and so dark they will be that Salune's light may be forever extinguished. So yeah, we essentially already knew that. Char's people were like, this is our place. And then the goblins, or the drow, were like, this is our place. And then Char's people are like, we'll take it back, I guess, maybe? Anyway, what's this stuff? Sharon Registry and Potion of Fire Resistance. I will take. Sharon Registry. A scuffed and battered tome clearly passed through many hands down, passed through many hands down the years. Passed many hands down the years. It's been through a lot of people's pockets. The Lady's Worshippers. A registry of proud followers recruited by her loyal paladin Ketheric Throm. Thorm. Pages upon pages of names fill this book. Some are only nicknames, others consist of multiple noble titles. All of them are scratched out and annotated with no longer. Oh, false worshippers, I imagine. Alright, well, that's cool. Can we break this with our giant hammer? Wow, that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Mithril ore, pretty cool. That's what we wanted for a long time, and now we don't have to worry about the mephits dealing a bunch of damage. So that was objective 1. We're still far too weak and squishy and pathetic to fight the giant construct. So there's that. I'm not going to worry about that. And with that, we need to go to camp, get a long rest, and then we can read the book in camp. We've been putting off reading the stupid book for long enough. But before we do that, I actually found something that I want to get personally before we do the long rest, because I feel like I would be remiss in my looting capabilities if I didn't. Okay, so everyone, you need to stay there while Charles gets the thing. And then Charles needs to use Arcane Recovery, level 3, get the spell slot. He's ready to burst. Charles D, the Greasy Wizard Forest Necromancer Forest Gnome, is ready to burst. We can temporarily get rid of the Kamehameha and put Fly back on. Because we need to get... there's an axe over there that I want to get. So hopefully... Oh, that's concerning. So if we do Fly, Grand Flight, yep. Malolofulum, or something like that. And then go into turn-based mode so we don't explode and die a most grisly, gruesome death. We need to fly, or well, we need to dash first, evidently. Clicky heels, or click heels, because it's not clicky heels, which is unfortunate. We need to go over here. Charles D, Greasy Wizard Forest, Necromancer Flying Forest Gnome. And then we need to loot the body, because there might be nothing to sell. But there is this, the Maragon Halberd. I'm pretty sure we already have one of those. However, I want it. So if we exit and leave the thing, we can now do click heels, and we can fly back. Path is interrupted. Well, fly back, please. Come on, camera. I believe in you, camera. You can get over there. Fly over there. Charles D, the flying gnome. He'll come and save you or steal your stuff. One can never know with Charles D. Well, you know, that's fine. Cool, everyone is back. Let me actually look at that axe, because I'm so curious if it's the same. I'm pretty sure it is the same. It's a halberd, extra reach, weapon enhancement. Sharp teeth grow out of the halberd's dark metal. If it is indeed metal at all. Who knows? Not me. It's going to camp. Everything else is stuff that we already have. All right, cool. Let's get back to the Myconid colony so we can sleep without any kind of fear of rolling off into a pit of lava every night. So anyway, as I said, I definitely did fix the things. So I delivered the head. We don't need to worry about that. The YouTube video will show off what actually happened. So let's get to camp, do that long rest, talk to people if they need to be talked to, and we can also read the book. We need to read the book. We're starting off by reading the book. Barkus Root. Well, actually, we'll start off by talking to you because you're in the camp, and I'm curious if you're going to stay here for a while.
I thank you for the invitation to your camp. It's, well appointed, not too crowded.
You're welcome.
Perfect for thinking. And I've been doing just that.
What conclusion have you reached? What about?
It's about Wulbrin.
I'll get him soon.
We know he's been taken to Moonrise Towers, and we know I'm going to save him.
No, I'm going to save him.
The problem is this. A preponderance of evidence that I am a terrible adventurer.
That is true.
I'm not sure I should trust Wulbrin's fate to, well, me.
Well, trust it to me. He'll be fine with me. I'm destined for Moonrise Towers. I could look for. Yeah, absolutely. He can take care of himself. There's some. No, I am going to Moonrise Towers. I will save anyone who is currently imprisoned there. That is the current goal.
You've done so much already. I'm hesitant to prevail upon you again. But I can't risk recapture. I barely escaped last time.
You wouldn't have escaped if it wasn't for
You'd do
me.
it then. You'd look for him.
As long as you stay safe in the camp, just cleaning up after Scratch, yes, I will. I'll let you know if I hear anything. No more, no less. No, I'll save him.
That's very decent of you.
Fantastic.
Thank
Good.
you.
You're welcome. Again.
There's something else you should know. Something I can no longer ignore.
What's that?
I know you've learned about the gnome's pursuit of rune powder, but do you know what it truly is?
No. The stuff of myth. Gyarados Ironhand's private cache of the world's most powerful explosive. Yes, I am a gnome. Of course I know this integral bit of gnomish history. I am a student of books, a scholar of knowledge, and a wisdom of magic. I know these things.
That myth has come to life.
I literally have a vial of it in my
The
backpack.
Iron-Hand gnomes have proven the impossible. Rune powder is real, and they have it in their possession.
So do I. It's not that special. Where have they taken it? Back to Baldur's Gate. I've discovered this. What do they want to do with it? They probably want to use it to blow up some things and give more support to their own insurrection or something like that. I feel like we've heard this before.
Destruction.
Yeah, well, obviously.
The only thing it's good for. But destruction of what? Well, I'm hoping Wulbrin will be able to tell us.
I'm sure he will.
Shouldn't have let him drift away. Shouldn't have let that lot get their claws into him. Now more than ever, I need to find him. We need to find him. He's the only one I might be able to speak to sensibly.
Sure. Are other people in the Iron Hand group not being sensible about the explosives? Because I feel like it might be trouble otherwise. I'll find your friend and together we'll stop the Iron Hand. Why do we need to stop them? Do we need to, are they doing something crazy? We can't count on Wulbrin surviving the towers. He'll be fine. We should go after the gnomes en route to Baldur's Gate. No. What can you tell me about the tower? Give me all of the knowledge that you have. Knowledge is power, and power is wisdom, and wisdom is the ability to survive in this hellscape of an earth. So, yes, tell me.
I haven't been there myself.
Lovely.
The area around it is, well, cursed. Terrifyingly so.
How so?
I did hear something interesting, though. There are shades that plague the path to the towers. Shades that fear not steel, a light. Dwergar who mentioned it sounded truly traumatized. It was almost amusing.
That's hilarious. Well, luckily for us, I can see in the dark, so my eyes are actively emitting X-ray particles that bounce back to my eyes, and my brain can translate that reversed X-ray image, and I can instantaneously recreate even the most pitch black of images. So I think we'll be perfectly fine. I'll find your friend, and together we'll stop the gnomes. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they probably wouldn't have to try too hard to convince me otherwise, because they're gnomes and I'm a gnome, and I'm very much speciest and inclined to allow gnomes to do whatever the hell they want because they're small, and that's hilarious. But if they're gonna do something bad, I'd potentially stop them.
I'd kiss you.
Please do not.
But neither of us deserve that.
Okay, good. Self-aware.
Thank you.
As long as you'd eventually pay me. Is there anything else to discuss?
Like what?
Your smoke powder bombs. Are you an alchemist? Oh, we have actually stuff to talk about? Yeah, are you an alchemist?
Alchemist, tinkerer, adventurer, curmudgeon. I wear many hats. Most with great enthusiasm.
You're not wearing
Thank
a
you for
hat.
noticing.
Okay, that's... I guess we're ending that conversation there. Tell me more about yourself, because I absolutely care.
Barkus Root is my name.
I figured.
Baldur's Gate is my home.
I also
Back
figured.
in the city, I offered my expertise to the highest bidder. I was quite popular, too. I'm not picky about my customers.
Well, we all gotta make a living somehow, but again... Well, I suppose you did just say what you did. Okay, so, Tinkerer, Master of All, or Speaker of Wisdoms. I don't... What's that saying? Like, Master of All, or... It's like something of none, or Master of One, or something or other of none, or something like that. I don't remember the name. I don't remember that idiom. It escapes me at the moment. That's probably because my brain is Swiss cheese. What will you do if your dude is dead?
I suppose I'd be very, very sad.
That's fair.
Then, after a while, I'd find whoever killed him and put a smoke powder bomb in their trousers.
That's also fair. I would do the same, except with a magic missile or a giant fireball. So, cool. I'll go get your friend, and you don't have to worry about putting bombs in people's trousers, because I feel like that would be an awkward conversation. Anyway, what were we doing? We need to take a long rest, and then we need to read the book. Long rest, read the book. Long rest, read the book. I will not forget this thing. But first we need to put the tablet. I didn't find any more molds in the place, despite the thorough looting. So this is almost certainly not every mold that exists, because there are a lot more areas in Grimforge, but these are the ones that I believe I only have access to at the moment. So I will settle for that for right now. Are these the same halberds as the other one? I believe we had one here, Maragon halberd. That's 2 to 11, and then another one, which is 2 to 11. Yeah, they're the same thing. So they're not unique, but they are special. So they're named, I'll keep them there. Everything else is fine, though. So everything should be good. Let's do a quick save, because we always need more quick saves. If the last stream has taught me anything, having an ample amount of saves is of paramount importance. I think those are all there are to find. Oh, really? Only one? These are the only ones? Scale mail, scimitar, shield, splint, which is heavy armor, and then longsword and mace. That would, honestly, if these are the only ones that exist, that would take a massive load off of my mind. Because then I'd be like, okay, I don't have to save any and agonize over the fact, like, where is the bow? I need the bow, or anything like that. But that's actually a good thing. If that is true, it's a good thing. Anyway, no, we need to do a long rest. I have so many camp supplies, you have no goddamn idea. That's all I remember from the top of my head. That's good. Charles, are you... Oh, yeah, everyone is kind of beat up at the end of the day. Which I suppose is fair. I wonder if we're going to have a cutscene. Oh, it seems like it's a bit of a restless sleeping night today. Oh boy, this is gonna be... Who are you and what are you doing today? Are you my patron goddess? Are we finally meeting you?
I came just in time. You are transforming.
In what way? I know your voice. I've heard it before. What? Were you the one who put the barrier around my thing? Who the hell are you? I don't want to be rude like that. I know your voice. I've heard it before.
Yes, you have. I saved you before.
Oh, and I also fell. Man, you were doing a lot of good for me,
And
apparently.
I'm here to save you again. Don't worry. You will not become a mind flayer. Not while I'm around.
She's so tall.
I'll protect you.
I can't reach your hand when it's outstretched like that. You're very tall. Yeah, I'll take the hand, obviously.
We haven't much time, so listen closely.
Give me your knowledge.
There is great potential within you. It comes from that parasite. Your instinct is to resist the power it gives, but you must accept it. Nurture
Why?
it.
I figured you'd be of the opposite
I will
mind.
keep it from consuming you. But for the sake of both of us, you must learn to wield it.
Space. The final frontier. The only place not corrupted by capitalism. Oh, that looks crazy. What am I looking? That's a big thing. The hell is that?
A fight for the fate of Faerun. A fight we are losing. For now.
What is happening?
You can change that, but only if you embrace your potential.
In what way?
I have to go. The enemy is closing in. I will be back. Wake now. You'll feel better. I promise.
I mean, she seems nice, but I'm very curious. I suppose it's learn to wield the power against the mind flayers, potentially. I suppose that could be her avenue. She probably didn't have enough time to explain her things. That was very intriguing. That was very intriguing. So what was our quest up? Embrace your potential. We were visited in our dreams by a mysterious figure who told us that our illithid parasites are special and the source of great potential. Before that, I was really adamant about not using the power of the parasites, because that would be like, you know, conforming to the will of the illithids and the mind flayers, and that would be like, I don't want to lose my hair. If I could become a mind flayer without like the tentacles or losing my hair, I'd be like, I might consider it. But if the deal involves losing this hair, it's like absolutely not. Does anyone else have things to say about that? Will, were you visited by someone special in the night?
I had a dream last night.
Okay, good,
A
you
vivid
did.
one. And so did you, judging from the way my tadpole is tingling.
I did, yes.
Someone came to me and promised to protect me while claiming that the parasite could empower me.
What do you feel about that?
Tempting as these powers sound, we should recognize this dream for what it is, the tadpole's little trick. No good ever came from trusting honey-tongued strangers conjured up by illithid worms.
You know, that's the reasonable stance, point of view. That's a reasonable take on matters. However, I heard her voice long before we ever became corrupted by worms. The Sunny D touched us, and then, I mean, did we hear her voice before we got the worms? If I spent an hour in character creation, I don't want to lose it just for immense power. I mean, it took a lot of effort to get this beard and this hair as incredible as it is, despite the grease. I mean, like, this hair will never move and never change because of all of the grease. Anyway, sorry, Will, I talked to the voices in my head a lot. I think we should hear out this dream figure. Maybe these powers could be useful. I need more information before we decide. Honestly, we should... I don't know. We should have as little to do with these tadpoles as we can. Because unless we get a lot more information and exposition, I don't want to use their power. I would agree with that.
Well said. This dream figure is no friend to us.
What do you make of Raphael? Did we never speak about Daddy Devil? What do you make of Daddy Devil?
He brings to mind a story. The Devil with the Silver Tongue.
That's a story about me.
An old fairy tale my father read to me. The kind with a hero, a villain, and a moral.
The best kind.
A farmer made a deal with the devil, so the story goes. In exchange for the farmer's dearest fruit, the devil granted him a bottomless coin purse.
Was it filled with money or was it
The
empty?
farmer's dearest fruit, naturally, was no apple nor peach, but his beloved daughter.
Oh, of course.
We can learn a
How
lot
obvious.
from fairy tales. Don't you think?
I would agree. However, I do not have a daughter or any children. So, if a devil offers to do something for me in exchange for delicious fruit, I'd be like, I don't have any kids, so yeah, sure, you can have all of the apples in my bag. I might have like 6 of them. With the right teacher, yes? What are your thoughts on the I'm curious about... Get to the point. We should at least... No, we should not consider his offer. With the right teacher, absolutely. What are your thoughts on the devil?
Refuse him. No matter how tempting the offer, no matter how delicious the feast he lays out for you, the cost will be too great.
I do agree with that. I have no interest in the devil's deal. He spoke of a cure. We have to at least hear him out. I mean, how much of a cure could he really offer? Because if if a literal mind flayer was like, yeah, I can't do anything. Like, if I can't do anything, what are the odds a devil is going to be able to do anything? Because, like, if it's big enough that even if you could safely get it out, it would kill me, I mean, like, I really don't feel like the devil would be able to help, so I really don't have any interest in what he has to say. I'll look at him often and a lot and commission a painting of him for Shadowheart's future uses, but, like, for personal reasons, I'm good. I don't want to... I will eat his food, but I will not deal with him.
That's because you still have hope. But when he becomes your last hope, remember this. He'll require of you only what you're least ready to part with.
My loot. Oh my
And then
god.
require more still.
No!
You might
I'm
think
not giving
you'd
him my
give
loot.
up anything for a cure.
Not my loot.
But the devil won't take just anything. He'll take everything.
Oh, he's gonna take the traveler's chest. Because that's the thing that has all my loot. If I have to give up my box of stuff to Raphael to get the worm out of my head, I guess we're just keeping the worm. Because that's all we're doing. Gale, did Mistra come to you last night, potentially?
My apologies. Huh. Not quite myself just yet. I had the strangest dream last night. A visitor came to me. A vision of unparalleled beauty and power.
Was it
She told
Mistra?
me she was watching over me, protecting me, and that our tadpoles could prove beneficial if we embrace what powers they have to offer.
What do you think
Uncanny
about it?
apparition. Not entirely sure what to make of it.
Do you think we should accept the power of the worms? Because I want to get everyone's thoughts out in the open about this, because it seems like everyone was visited by the dream. You don't believe this was a real person? Do you think it was a real person? I had the same dream, a similar visitor with a similar message. Best to ignore. Yeah, that's absolutely the wrong... It's like, this is not something you just ignore and hope goes away, because a lot of problems, if you ignore them, either vanish or double in size. I feel like this is the one that would double in size. Do you think this was a real person talking?
A real manifestation, perhaps, but not an individual of flesh and blood in the manner you or I would consider to be real. Whether she spoke the truth or not, Well, I think I require a little more evidence before taking a fantasy at her word.
Yeah, same here.
Until then, best we speak of other matters. Was there something you wish to ask?
We're just gonna have a staring. Now, apparently there is stuff to do. We're gonna have a staring contest while I think of the appropriate response. Do you have much experience being a teacher of magic? Or is that because of the stuff that happened a long time ago with the Mistra's weave? It's like, oh, feel the weave. I was wondering about that mighty lord you told me about in your story. Karsus, I assume? Right. The story of the Netherese bit of weave being corrupted and then you ate it. And I'm like, I have a black hole in my stomach. This is a corrupted bit of weave. And then the lord kind of sundered the magic of the world. If you ever feel the Netherese magic overtaking you, what will you do? I'm curious about this mighty lord, honestly.
The very same. Karsus was perhaps the most powerful wizard that ever lived. The child who would be a god, the elves called him. And he tried. With a spell of his own devising, he endeavored to usurp in one fell swoop the power of the goddess of magic.
How dare.
Mistral, she was called then. Imagine what it must have felt like to be a god, to know yourself, to be untouchable, to be mistaken. As Karsus aimed his spell at her, she began to unravel, and with her, the entire weave. Too late did he realize what he had unleashed. It would have been the end of everything had not Mistral sacrificed herself. The goddess of magic is all magic. By dying, the entire weave was lost, and the spell that challenged a god failed. It was the end of Mistral, the end of Karsus, and the end of an entire civilization. As the child who would be a god was turned to stone, his empire came crashing down around him. The floating cities of Netheril were no more. An event that came to be known as Karsus's folly.
It sounds like, honestly, the way you're talking about this is you're either an extremely avid student of history, or you were there, because, like, this happened a long time ago. Presumably. I don't actually know, but it really sounds like Gale was there. Because, like, a lot of this stuff, I imagine, you'd have to go through a lot of books and scrolls and tomes to figure out and piece this all together. Praise be that Mistral was reborn as Mistra. Can gods be reborn like that? Nothing good ever comes from mortals wanting to be gods. I mean, true situationally, probably. Praise be, Mistra reborn.
Now, so many centuries later, I try to follow in the footsteps of Karsus. Not to destroy Mistra, but to prove my love for her.
Of course.
Tried to control only a fraction of the magic that was unleashed that fateful day. I merely sought to return one tiny diamond to an imperfect crown. Gale's folly, one might call it. History, repetition. It's the way things go.
Well, you didn't destroy magic, so point in your favor, I suppose. Okay, we should be back. Hopefully we've returned at a good place. Do you have much experience being a teacher of magic? Oh, right, yeah, I mean, you did teach us. Kind of. Did we learn anything? I don't know if we learned anything, but you are a decent enough teacher. I suppose it's a bit of a interesting situation, as I am a very accomplished wizard myself, so I have no idea how well you would have taught someone who had no foundational understanding of the concept of magic and the weave and all of that. If you were teaching someone else who wasn't a wizard how to do it, might be interesting. But I am a wizard, so I suppose you're good enough of a teacher.
I've had a pupil or two, but never for very long. Their ineptitudes tend to irk me. You do seem to be a precocious talent, though.
Oh, thank you. Like recognizes like.
Need a keen mind, receptive to Mistra. Keep it up, and she might just take a personal interest in you one of these days.
Oh, a man can only hope. I would love to get up close and personal with a goddess. Who knows? Maybe one of these days that tiefling one will be like, oh, Charles D. Charles D. Yes. That middle initial of yours is going to be put to very good use, you very tiny man. But not tiny in the ways that matter. Am I right? If you ever feel that Netherese black hole gonna consume everything, what are you gonna do about that?
If it should ever come to that, If I ever know I am no longer able to stop it, I will do anything I can to ensure no one but me pays for my mistakes.
You're a good
I
man,
will
Gale.
find the remotest place on the surface of Faerun, or perhaps far below in the depths of the Underdark. I will await that death, alone.
I will make sure that does not
I
happen.
will not betray your trust. You kept me by your side despite the menace that I am. If worst comes to worst, I will be long gone before the curtain falls.
That won't happen. I will not allow our precious wizard Gale to die alone, despite the fact that he's probably died several times over the course of our adventure thus far. So, now with that extremely heavy topic out of the way, I am not going to say a single word in reassurance, and I'm just going to leave. Goodbye, Gale. I am going to let you stew on the fact that if you cannot get a handle of this, you'll die alone, and I will leave you with that thought. Where is Shadowheart and Asterion? I want to save Asterion... I want to save Shadowheart for last, because I value Shadowheart's opinion about magic dreams far, far more than I value Asterion's. Asterion's, were you visited by someone last night?
I had the strangest dream last night.
Of course you did.
There was a visitor promising me protection and all sorts of delicious powers from the parasites in our hands.
Of course.
Given our shared affliction, I suppose you had a similar dream.
And so did Will and Gale, and presumably Shadowheart. I did, yes.
Excellent. Now we can see what these tadpoles can do for us.
I'm sure, yes. We should take every advantage we can get. Let's explore these powers and see where they take us. I mean, obviously, if we care about Asterion's opinion, the answer is number one. However, I do not trust tadpoles. Do not ever trust Sunny D tadpoles. They will get in your intestines, they will devour you from the inside out, and they will give you either arthritis or cancer, depending on the coin flip of the tadpoles. So, honestly, they're both terrible outcomes. However, I know which one I want.
Is there a reason you're such an utter drip? I mean, do you have some sort of condition? Honestly, it's like you hate good news.
I will kill
Do
you.
you actually want something? Or are you just here to spoil my fun?
I just wanted to see if you had a Sunny D dream, because, like, the only reason I keep you around is because you're a good shot with that crossbow. I'm just going to stare at you and make it incredibly awkward. Tell me about your history. I am here to spoil your fun. Tell me more about your slaver, Cazador.
Why do you insist on exhuming the past?
Because
I
you're a
was
vampire.
slave. A vampire spawn. Kept by the Tsar family. Perhaps I still am. I was never able to resist their commands. But now, I've been conveniently lost. They won't ever control me again.
Sure, I believe it. What do you make? I have a feeling I know exactly what your stance on the Devil's Deal is, Asterion, but what do you think of Daddy Devil's Deal?
I won't lie. It's tempting.
Of course it is.
If I keep the tadpole, I risk transforming into a grotesque monster. If I lose the tadpole, Cazador has control of me, body and soul, and I return to the shadows. It's grim either way. So why not sell what's left of my soul to a devil? Better he has it than Cazador.
I mean, does it matter who you sell your soul to? You'll be a slave either way. I figure, I mean, Raphael did put it, who better than the devil you know than the devil you don't, or whatever he said, and it's like we do have better options. We have currently a lot of options. The wizard Halcyon, we need to go and find that guy. He's probably having a rough go of things. He's probably dead. I should have probably found him a long time ago. But yeah, we do have... You're trading one master for another, you'll be a slave either way. That was my original thought. You'd still be a slave.
You're familiar with the phrase, better the devil you know? I know Cazador. And I'll take anything that saves me from that.
I suppose that's true enough, being fed the blood of nothing but rats and insects. I suppose you would at the very least want a change of pace from that. Instead of rats and insects, probably like sickly mice and maybe the roasted pheasant every once in a while. Would a vampire appreciate roasted pheasant? Maybe some glazed quail. I'm gonna leave. Shadowheart, I value your opinion way more than Asterion's, because Asterion, I feel like he might be a closeted bigot when it comes to gnomes, because he's had some very unkind, untoward things and comments about me and my people. What about you? I feel like we're way closer in terms of compatibility than the vampire and I am more than willing to have this conversation when he is right in front of us. Shadowheart, your dreams? Tell me.
Did you have any strange dreams of late?
Yes.
Vivid ones?
Yes. Don't ask about the stains. They're grease stains. They're grease stained. They're not. Yes, I did dream. Did you dream?
Damn. I was hoping my imagination had gotten the better of me. But this must be something more.
Lovely.
This dream companion wanted me to use the tadpole. Use its power. Whoever it was claimed to be an ally, but I don't know.
Yeah, I need more evidence.
Seems like we can't escape this mess. In the waking world or otherwise.
Yeah, it's not the best situation. It's not the best situation. The artifact seems to be protecting us somehow. Right. For anyone watching live on Twitch, the YouTube audience will be aware of what this is referencing. But in my exploration of the Grimforge, the lava-filled place, I came upon an elevator. And right before I went up the elevator, I didn't go up the elevator because that would have led to a completely different area, and I didn't want to do that without being live and recording it. But a voice, the voice of the Absolute, it was a feminine voice, and it showed us a vision. It came up, it spoke to us, and then it was so powerful, it pushed us all to our knees, and it showed us a vision of 3 elves, 2 males and a woman, and they're like, I need you to work with them and find a thing. I don't remember what that thing was, but it was just like, if you want to be worthy, find the thing and stand with them, etc., etc. It was very nonsensical because we have no context for any of it. We do not know these people. We have not met them, and we will meet them eventually, I can only assume. However, Shadowheart's multi-sided dodecahedron D20 artifact thing with a bunch of spikes was just like, I'm going to start to glow and emit a giant orange force field, and I will shove the voice back, and it protected us. And then Shadowheart was just like, I don't know what this is. A lot of people died to get this, and I'm going to protect it with my life, and it's somehow protecting us. And that is what this point of conversation is talking about. So now that everyone is caught up, if you want to see that actual cutscene, because I went back to a save, re-recorded it, go watch the YouTube video that will be out in like 4 months, because I don't know when this is coming out, but you know, that'll be that. Anyway, the artifact seems to be protecting us somehow. Do you still have it?
Quite the understatement, but yes, I have it. And I'll guard it with my life.
Good. That is very good. How did you come by it? We could always use a refresher course on knowledge, because potentially you might say something new.
I was part of a group sent by my cloister. We were to take the artifact from the Githyanki and bring it to Baldur's Gate, no matter the cost.
So you got it from
Though it turned out the cost was
Githyanki.
very steep. I was the only one of the group to survive. I took the artifact and fled, only to be ensnared by mind flayers before I could finish the mission.
Bad turn of
That's
luck,
all I
that.
know. That's all I need to know.
All you know, presumably because of the voluntary mind wipe and memory erasure procedure that Shar disciples have to go through to protect their knowledge and wisdom. That's almost certainly, the reason why. How can you go to all this trouble and not understand why? Because belief will make a lot of people do a lot of things. Blind duty, spoken like a true pawn. No. Admirable conviction, though I think I'd prefer... Yeah, honestly, it is good conviction, but I would honestly want to know what kind of pile of doo-doo I was stepping into before I was just like, I'm gonna do it anyway, but I'd like to know what flavor of shit I'm going to step in.
That's not a luxury open to many people, us included.
Fair,
I have
unfortunately.
my faith to turn to instead. You should find something of your own.
I don't know what I believe in. How can you go to all of this trouble and not understand why? The voluntary mind wipe, as we covered.
I told you already. I surrendered my memories.
Yeah, I figured.
For the sake of the mission. Shah's secrets must be protected. Duty demands it. Once I fulfill my mission, I can have my memories restored.
Well, I feel like I'm going to let the matter drop for reasons I have no idea. I would very much like to say that I will help her fulfill her mission, because I will regardless, but I want that to be said out in the open. But hopefully we're far enough along in our relationship where that's just an implicit understanding. Like Charles D, he's gonna help me because it's Charles. All that's happened to us truly connect. Not right now. I feel like this is not the time. We have to find the right moment. We need to carpe that diem and find the right moment. We're gonna leave. All right, so that's everyone. And now that everyone has been talked to, we are going to make a quick save because one universal explosion is far too many for me to deal with. So now that the game has saved itself and this timeline is restored and protected as the main timeline, I'm going to read the book. I have been sitting on this for quite a long time because honestly, for the longest time, I didn't realize you could just read it again. However, I am going to read the book. Hopefully, I don't die.
You've seen much of the book, but its most powerful secrets are guarded by indecipherable glyphs. Without a key, they may be locked away forever.
Okay, close the book. Well, I genuinely was making that out to be way more interesting than it actually was. I thought, okay, embrace the potential? Visited by the dreams. What? Find a cure. Where's the necromancy of they? Is it search the cellar? Yeah, unlock the ancient tome. We made it to the final page of the tome, but it's indecipherable. We need to find a way to read it. We need to find a way to read it. Well, I have no idea what that is going to be about. However, that is going... let's leave the thing. Leave camp. Did we do the long rest? We did the long rest. It's getting more interesting in Act 3. Okay, well, we'll save it for 3 years from now at the pace we're going. So, everyone, don't hold your breath on getting that book deciphered, apparently. So, that's wonderful and fine. All right, the next thing that we need to do is we need to find Mushroom Husband. All right, I wanted to leave and talk to the dead, one specific dead. However, we're gonna go and find Mushroom Husband because if it's been a while and I realized this one halfling, Dareth Bonecloak. She's just like, my husband's a deadbeat and he's gone lost. We need to go and find him.